Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back, and today I have quite a video for you guys. So I am trying out some new products from Rare Beauty. So this is a brand new launch. They released their Stay Vulnerable Melting Cream Blushes, which are really cute. The packaging is so cute. I really love these. These are adorable. These retail for $21 and contain 0.17 ounce of product or 5 grams, and there are 5 shades available. These are cream blushes, and we'll run through some swatches and a demo of these later on in the video. But there are 5 shades and they are meant to be sheer washes of color on the cheek. We'll get into that. We also have some liquid eyeshadows. These are called the Stay Vulnerable Liquid Eyeshadow. Again, there are 5 shades. So with this collection, they have the cream blushes, the liquid eyeshadows, and then liquid lip balms in the Stay Vulnerable line, and they all have corresponding shades. So they'll have the same shade across all 3 products. So these liquid eyeshadows retail for $20 and they contain 0.1 ounce or 3 milliliters. Not a ton of product, but these are cream eyeshadows. You're meant to just apply them to your lids. They're gonna give you a wash of color. You can use them as a one and go shade, or you can use them as a base for other eyeshadows. The other product that they have in this lineup is the Stay Vulnerable Glossy Lip Balms. So these are liquid lip balms. They already have the stick lip balms from the original launch, but now they have liquid lip balms, which are a cross between a gloss and a lip balm. And these are gonna be more of a liquefied lip balm. So these retail for $18 and contain 0.12 ounces or 3.8 milliliters. These products are available online at Sephora.com, and I'll leave a link down below you can use in case you wanted to pick these up. And they're also available in store, so if you wanted to go take a look at them, you can't swatch them in store, but you can take a look at the shades to see if there are any that you would be interested. Definitely go ahead and check out Sephora. Now we've run through the price and the product amount as well as purchasing. Let's talk about the packaging really quickly because I don't want this video to be long. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. So the packaging for Rare Beauty is very simple, very basic, very elegant. For me, their packaging is excellent, from the boxes down to the components. The boxes are very simple. They have all the information on them. They're just ivory boxes. They give you color descriptions, ingredients, sizing. They tell you the usage life of these. They indicate that they're vegan and cruelty free. They indicate all the manufacturing information. So that is great. But for the blushes, oh my god, they come in these little plastic compacts, and they are a soft millennial pink with Rare Beauty at the top, and on the back you have the label with the shade name, size and information, and manufacturing information, as well as the usage life, which for these is 12 months. It is held together by a magnetic clasp, and it is just a soft touch magnet. It's not a clip closure. And inside you have the blush and a little mirror. I don't know what you're gonna do with that mirror, but it's great, and it has gold trim detail. I think this is really cute. For the liquid eyeshadows, these are in tube forms, and it's a clear tube with a millennial pink cap, and it has a flat side so you can lay it flat when you store it, and they stack up against each other really well. I love how you can just put these products up against each other and they save a lot of space because they're not all rounded all around. And they have a doe foot applicator for the liquid eyeshadow that is more of a wedge shape. On the bottom you have a label with the shade name, again manufacturing information. These are also cruelty free and vegan, and the usage life for these is 6 months. The liquid lip balms are a similar packaging. The tubes of course are longer for a longer doe foot, and the cap is a light champagne gold. Again, it has that flat side for storage. On the bottom you have a label with the name, and then the doe foot applicator is very thin and it has kind of an arrow shape to it, and there are 2 little reservoirs on either side to hold on to product. Alright, so now with all that out the way, let's go ahead and jump into the demonstration. I'm going to show you swatches of the products up close. I'm going to show you swatches on my skin so you can get an idea of how these apply, and we'll walk through my thoughts as I'm applying these, and we'll finish up with my final thoughts at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and jump into the demonstration. So we're gonna start out with the Stay Vulnerable Melt-In Cream blushes. I have 3 shades here. So I have Nearly Neutral, which is a soft neutral pink, Nearly Apricot, which is a muted coral, and Nearly Mauve, which is a true mauve shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply these to the back of my hand so you can get a quick idea of the texture, of the finish, and you can see all 3 of these shades up against each other to see how they compare. So let's now go ahead and apply these blushes to the cheeks to give you a better idea of how they apply, how they blend out, and how they look on my skin tone. And we're gonna apply these on bare skin, so I have no foundation on. I have a very light layer of moisturizer, but nothing else is on my skin. And I am going to use a synthetic brush for this application since these are cream products. This is the Smashbox Cream Cheek Brush. So I'm gonna go directly into the product. This is the shade Nearly Neutral, which is described as a soft neutral pink shade. And I'm going to stipple the brush into the product to pick up as much as we can. And I've picked up a pretty decent amount on the tips of the bristles, as you can see. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply that to my cheek area, just directly on my skin. And I'm also using stippling motions. With stippling motions, you'll get the most intense color payoff versus a swiping or sweeping motion. So I'm trying to, nothing, okay? You can probably see a little hint of color, but I'm not getting a ton of color payoff from this product. I see the product on my skin, but I don't see a color, and it's sheared out pretty quickly. So I'm gonna go back in, get a lot more product on the brush, because we're gonna give this product a fair chance. Okay, and now we're gonna go back in just with stippling motions, again, to try to build up that product. And it does show up a little bit more once I've layered it, and these dry down to somewhat of a powdery finish. I'm gonna go in with my finger instead to see if I can get more product to layer up versus using the brush. And I think a finger is definitely gonna give you a more intense application. But this color, as you can see, is very light. It's very sheer. And let's just blend out the edge with the brush to see how that would blend out. And again, it blends out so quickly and it almost shears out. After we apply the intense color, once you try to blend it out, it almost blends completely away. So this color, it's barely showing up. There's no pigmentation and it shears away. All right, let's go in with the next color, which is Nearly Mauve. It is described as a true mauve shade, and a mauve is more of a muted rosy pink. So I'm gonna go in with my finger instead of the brush for this shade and apply it directly to my cheeks. As we could see from the Nearly Nude shade, your finger is probably the best method of application to give you the most color payoff. And the finger helps to melt this into the skin seamlessly. This color is showing up a little bit more. Let me go in with the brush again to blend out the edge, because of course you don't want a harsh line. That color shows up a little bit better than the Nearly Neutral shade, but it's still barely there. It's barely there. So I'm gonna just try to build that up again. So here we have Nearly Mauve, which is showing up a lot better than Nearly Neutral. I'm just blending out the edge because, you know, I just want to see how that blends. And they almost blend out to a fault because the edges almost shear away once you try to blend them. So that's a good thing. You want your product to be blendable, but you don't want it to blend out to nothingness, okay? You still want to retain some of the color. I don't know, I don't like it so far. I'm gonna leave this side on because I think that one has the most pigmentation, and I want to see how this looks after it's settled into my skin for a few minutes. So I'm gonna remove this one and go in with our third shade, which is Nearly Apricot, which is described as a muted coral shade. So I'm gonna go in with my finger for the Nearly Apricot again, get it on my finger, and let's just read the product description here quickly to see if we are meeting the requirements. It says a breakthrough mistake-proof liquid-like cream blush that melts into a second skin for the most natural looking wash of soft focus color. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean. it almost feels like it's saying that you're just gonna get a wash of color, which is definitely what I am getting here. It says also that this first of its kind water resistant blush combines pigments with a non-greasy blend of weightless oils and spherical powders for a natural flush you can't mess up. The ultra lightweight liquid like cream melts on contact and blends into a smooth satin finish that won't cake, crease, or clog pores. And Apricot, I've been trying to build up while we were reading through that product description, and nothing is happening. That's fine. Let's blend it out again. Let me go in with the brush and try to stipple that on. All right, now we're getting somewhere. That color picked up after layering and layering, and now we're stippling with the brush. That was way too much effort for color to finally show up. And if I have to go in with this much product each time, this is not sufficient, okay? This contains 0.17 ounce of product or 5 grams. It's not a lot. As you can see, it is not a ton of cream product, and you're telling me I have to build it up this much? No, that's not gonna work for me. All right, let's look at the finish after it's set down a little bit on the mauve side. It doesn't feel greasy or sticky at all. Like, yeah, I definitely love how it sets down, because it's not gonna cause my hair to stick to it like a lip gloss, you know? Like, it's sticking to the lip gloss, but you see it's not sticking to my cheeks, which is great. The color seems to have kind of muted down as well, so I don't know how to feel. This is not a dewy finish, so it's not gonna give you a glossy finish. It's gonna give you more of that satin, almost matte finish, and it dries down pretty quickly, because this one we just applied and it's dried down already. The color, I mean, I don't and right now I don't know how to feel, because it's barely there. There's no color here, so I don't think this is gonna work for my skin tone or deeper, especially if you like a punch of color on your cheeks. You can definitely build it up, but do you want to spend that much time building product up on your cheeks? I don't know that you will want to do that each time, and with the amount of product that you're getting, do you want to use that much each time? I don't think so. All right, moving on. All right, now let's go in with the liquid eyeshadows. So these are described as a weightless liquid to powder eyeshadow that blends seamlessly for a quick buildable wash of long-lasting, waterproof, crease-resistant color. So I have 2 shades here. The first shade up is nearly neutral, which is described as a warm neutral beige. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this directly with the applicator, which is a wedge-shaped doe foot, and I'm gonna apply that directly to my lids. I don't have any eyeshadow primer or anything else on my eyelids, and I'm going to use a synthetic brush to try to blend this out. With a synthetic brush, it won't absorb product like a natural hair bristle would, and we're just gonna apply that over the lids, and then we'll try to blend out the edges. Now, I've already tried this out and they set down pretty quickly, so you have to work quickly before they set down in place to blend out the edges so there are no harsh lines. And it does give you just a wash of color. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more, and this time I'm going to use my finger to tap it out to see if that helps with the pigmentation. It definitely will help to warm the product up and blend it out while retaining some of the color, but it's still very sheer. It's a very sheer product. There's not a lot of color. It's literally just a wash of color, which if this is the look you're going for, then it may work out for you. If you're just going for an everyday, just natural look, or if you're using these as a base for other eyeshadows, this might work out for you. But for me, I don't know that I need to spend $20 on something that does this. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe you can tell me what you think. I can use an eyeshadow to get this kind of wash of color without having to fuss with a liquid, and it shears out a lot, so you can kind of see my lid underneath it. So is that something I want to spend my money on? I don't know that I do. All right, let's go in with Nearly Apricot, which is described as a soft coral. So we're gonna go again directly onto my lids with this, and I'm gonna use my finger first this time because maybe that will help, and I'm just going to tap over it. Maybe I shouldn't work with this product too much, like manipulate it too much. Just tap it quickly and be done. But like, how can you do that if you're trying to get a smooth color? You have to work with it till it smooths out. So it's not exactly a foolproof application. Again, very sheer, very light. I'm gonna go in with some more. And with your finger, of course, you don't have the precision you would have with a brush to get a shape down. Your finger is just gonna blend it everywhere. So let's use the brush. We're using the other side of the brush to tap this out. I'm using tapping motions to see if that helps at all. It helps a little bit, but I don't see it really smoothing out. It's still very sheer, very like, look at this, and the two colors look very similar. This is nearly neutral. It looks a little bit more muted. This looks definitely more peachy, but don't see any color. Let's go back in with the neutral side. I'm gonna try to pack on tons of color to see if we can get this layered up and have it look more even, like a even wash of color. Let's see if we can do that on this side since we allowed it to sit for a bit. So this will tell us if we can layer this product without any issues. It layers up decent, you know. I don't see an issue with layering it up. Okay. And I'll just blend out the edge so it's nice and airbrushed. That actually applied well and blended out nicely, but it's still a very soft color. I'm gonna let it dry and see if I have any crease in, like it said, because it does say crease proof, so we're gonna see. I'm gonna go back into the apricot side too, do the same thing and try to get that even. So far, not so good. I'm not liking any of these products thus far. All right, let's blend quickly. Just quickly get rid of those harsh edges. All right, that looks really bad. I don't like it. It took way too much effort for it to look this bad. You can't really blend it out to an opaque finish. It's gonna get patchy. There are parts where the color isn't quite built up the same. Absolutely not. So we're not, no, I can't do it. These are really bad, okay? All right, let's move on again because I can't. I am so distraught right now. Okay, I'm being like really extra, but you know what I'm saying. Now let's see what the Stay Vulnerable Glossy Lip Balms are like, all right? I'm already a huge fan of the dewy lip balms. I really like this formulation and I like the colors that I picked up. So we're gonna see if this is also a hit. So I have two shades again. I have Nearly Neutral, which is a soft neutral pink. So let's just apply that directly to my lips. I have nothing else under here. This applicator is like a pointed doe foot with little divots on each side to hold on. Those are reservoirs for the product, but I still have to go back in and pick up product because it doesn't hold on to a lot for a full lip application. So it's not gonna be just one dip and go. You're probably gonna have to go back in. Okay, this feels like a, yeah, it does feel like a creamy lip balm. It doesn't feel like a gloss. It doesn't feel too slippery and it doesn't feel sticky at all. But I'm thinking that my hair will still stick to it. Yeah, like your hair will still stick to it, but it's not like that sticky feeling that you get from like really thick lip glosses. This feels really nice. I really like this color as well. Okay, it's comfortable. I like this. This is the shade Nearly Neutral. So when I pop on the second shade, I'm gonna pop them up next to each other to see how similar they are, how much of a difference the color makes. Like this one is mauve and this one is neutral and they look different in the tubes, but are they really different on the lips? Especially for somebody like me that has more pigmented lips. I do like this. I like how it feels. Let's go ahead and try the other shade. So the next shade up is Nearly Mauve and this is described as a soft mauve shade. So let's go in with this one. This one is more of a rosy purpley shade. It looks very pigmented in the packaging, but of course this is a liquid lip balm, so I don't expect a ton of color or opacity. And again, I do have to go back to get more product, and it doesn't feel thick as you layer it up, which is really great. So here is the shade Nearly Mauve. I see a little bit of difference. I'll pop the two shades up next to each other now. This one is a little bit more cool tone. It looks a little bit more pinky, but it still does look very similar to Nearly Neutral. So do you need both shades or do you need multiple shades? I don't think so. Maybe the more extreme shade, like the deeper shade, would look a little bit different, but to me these two shades look very, very similar. Alright, now that the eyeshadows have had a chance to sit on my eyelids, I'm going to show you how crepey and creasy and nasty these look. Look at this! I thought you said these are crease proof, water resistant, non-cakey and all. Look at how dry this one. Oh hell no. That looks so dry and terrible. No, absolutely not. And then the blushes have kind of started to fade and they've gotten a little patchy. I don't know if you can see like the missing color. What? I look so splotchy. Like, what is this? Absolutely not. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've only had these on for maybe 5-10 minutes maximum because I've been recording like straight through with the swatches, and this is what they look like after 10 minutes. Ma'am, are you okay? I don't know that you're okay. The only thing that I've liked from all these products is the lip balm, and it's the Nearly Neutral shade. I think this is really nice. It's a cross between a lip gloss and a lip balm, and I like that because I love a lip balm. Like, I love anything that makes my lips look glossy but still hydrates it. So it feels very comfortable. Again, not sticky, not heavy, it doesn't feel thick, and I like how it makes my lips look. So this is the only product out of everything I've just tried that I actually like. So let's go ahead and wrap up with my final thoughts. Alright guys, so you just saw the demonstration, okay? And I will let you know that I tried these products a couple of times after just to see if I could get them to work any better, if I would change my mind about them, and I have not. I think these blushes are a complete flop. Excuse me. You can skip these if you're my skin tone or deeper. Don't even bother with these. If you're lighter and you like a very sheer wash of color, then maybe if you want a foolproof kind of product where if you apply it you can just blend it away into nothingness, and yeah, you can't overdo it, maybe you can try these out. But I say these are a complete skip. The eyeshadows, the liquid eyeshadows, oh my god, these were so bad. I couldn't get them to build up, and when I did layer them up, they ended up looking so crepey and dry, even though they say in the product description that they're not supposed to be crepey at all. This is so cakey and nasty. I hate these so much. Again, if you just want a wash of color and you're very light or very pale in skin tone and you're just gonna apply one swipe and blend it out and be done, maybe. I just don't see the point of these. These are terrible. As for the glossy lip balms, I'm wearing one of them now over the stick lip balm. What are these called? I forget what these are called. They have all kinds of special names, okay? So I'm wearing the shade Thankful, and then I topped it with the Nearly Neutral gloss, which is cute. It's nice. I think I will keep the gloss. I really do like the gloss. It's comfortable. It's not sticky. It gives a glossy sheen. It gives a touch of color to my lips. It's kind of like my lips but better, and I really like that. But other than that, everything else can go back. I hate these products so much, so much, and I hope I was able to demonstrate like how these perform. I tried them, I tried my best. I even tried them over foundation, over primer. Like, I tried to make them work and it didn't improve. So I say these are a complete skip unless you want to try out the liquid lip balm, which I think is worth a shot, but you only need one shade because the shades seem to be light enough or sheer enough that you won't see a difference in color between the shades. So those are my final thoughts. Again, hopefully this video was helpful. I will leave links down below in case you're interested in picking them up. Those links are going to be affiliate links, which means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. But if you're not comfortable with that, just shop the way you normally shop. No muss, no fuss. But if you do use my links, thank you so much, because it does help me to put right back into the channel, and I truly, truly do appreciate the support. I will also leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.